Most Americans think they understand credit scores. But a few common myths quietly cost people thousands of dollars. And the frustrating part? Most people never realize it. My name is Max Ledger. I spend way too much time thinking about credit scores, loans, interest rates, and the math behind everyday money decisions. If you're someone who wants to borrow money smarter and avoid expensive credit mistakes, hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if it helps you out. Because today, we're breaking down 5 credit score myths costing Americans thousands of dollars. These myths sound logical, but the math tells a very different story. Credit scores affect almost every major money decision: buying a house, financing a car, getting approved for a credit card, even renting an apartment. A small change in your score can mean a higher interest rate, and a higher interest rate means more money leaving your pocket. Let's look at a quick example. 2 people take a $300,000 mortgage. Person A qualifies for 6%. Person B qualifies for 7%. That difference is only 1%, but look what happens. Person A pays about $1,799 per month. Person B pays about $1,996 per month. That's almost $200 more every month. Over 30 years, that adds up to more than $70,000 extra. Same house, same loan, very different math. This is why credit myths are dangerous. They don't feel expensive, but over time, they become very expensive.
Myth number 1.
Checking your credit hurts your score. This myth keeps people from checking their credit report, and that's actually the opposite of what you should do. There are 2 types of credit checks: hard inquiries and soft inquiries. Hard inquiries happen when you apply for things like credit cards, car loans, mortgages. These can lower your score a little, but soft inquiries do not affect your score at all. Soft inquiries happen when you check your own credit, a monitoring app updates your score, or lenders send pre-approved offers. Checking your own credit is completely safe, and it's actually smart, because credit reports sometimes contain mistakes, things like wrong balances, accounts that aren't yours, identity theft. If you never check your report, those problems can stay there for years, and they quietly damage your score. What you should do instead: check your credit report a few times a year. Use a free monitoring tool if you want. I linked one in the description that makes this easy. It helps you catch problems early, and catching problems early protects your credit. Now, the next myth is where people start paying real money for bad advice.
Myth number 2.
Carrying a balance helps your credit score. This one is everywhere. People believe they should keep a small balance on their credit card. They think it shows lenders they are using credit. But that's not how the system works. Credit scores care about something called credit utilization. That simply means how much of your credit limit you use. Let's make it simple. If your credit limit is $10,000 and your balance is $3,000, your utilization is 30%. Most experts recommend staying below 30%. But here's the key point. You do not need to carry a balance month to month. You can use your card normally, then pay the full balance before interest starts. Your score still improves, and you avoid paying interest.
The common mistake.
Some people purposely leave money on their card. They think it helps their credit. But look at the math. Let's say someone carries $2,000 on a credit card with 24% interest. That costs about $480 per year in interest. If they carry that balance for 5 years, that's $2,400 gone. All because of a myth. What you should do instead: use your credit card, but pay the full balance every month. You build credit without paying unnecessary interest.
Real example in United States.
Let's look at a real-life example. Meet Jason. Jason is 29 and lives in Texas. He earns about $58,000 per year. Jason heard that carrying a balance helps your credit score. So he keeps about $1,500 on his credit card all the time. His interest rate is 23%. That means Jason pays about $345 every year in interest. He believes this helps his credit. But when he finally checks his credit report, he finds something surprising. His score didn't increase because of the balance. In fact, his utilization was slightly high, which actually held his score back. Jason thought he was improving his credit, but the math shows something different. He was just paying interest for no reason.
Why people believe this?
This is a good example of how money psychology works. People follow advice that sounds logical. Carry a balance to show lenders you use credit. It feels reasonable. But credit scoring systems do not reward interest payments. They reward things like paying on time, low balances, long credit history. Your brain follows the story, but your credit score follows the math.
Myth number 3.
Closing credit cards improves your credit. This one surprises a lot of people. Closing a credit card can actually hurt your credit score. There are 2 reasons. First reason, credit history length. Credit scores like long histories. If you close your oldest card, your average credit history becomes shorter. Second reason, total credit limit. Let's look at an example. You have 2 cards. Each card has a $10,000 limit. Total limit, $20,000. You carry a $3,000 balance. Your utilization is 15%. But if you close one card, your total limit drops to $10,000. Now that same $3,000 balance becomes 30%, and that can lower your score. What you should do instead. If a credit card has no annual fee, it's often better to keep it open. Longer credit history usually helps your score. Now, the next myth is the one that costs people the most money, because it directly affects loan interest rates.
Myth number 4.
Credit scores barely affect interest rates. This myth is extremely expensive. Lenders use credit scores to measure risk. Higher score means lower risk. Lower risk means lower interest rates. Let's compare 2 people buying the same $30,000 car. Person A has a 760 credit score. They qualify for a 5% loan. Person B has a 620 score. They get a 10% loan. Over 5 years, Person A pays about $4,000 in interest. Person B pays about $8,200. That's more than $4,000 extra. Same car, different credit score, very different math.
The bigger picture.
Now zoom out. Think about a lifetime of loans. A car loan, a mortgage, maybe a few credit cards. Small interest differences can easily add up to $50,000 to $100,000 over time. Not because of one mistake, but because of many small ones.
Myth number 5.
You don't need to care about credit when borrowing. This mindset creates a big problem. People ignore their credit for years, then suddenly they need a loan, maybe for a house or a car. But credit repair takes time. Late payments can stay on your report for 7 years. Credit history takes years to build. So waiting until you need credit is like studying the night before a big exam. It usually doesn't work well. What you should do instead. Treat credit like a long-term financial asset. Build it slowly. Protect it consistently. If you want stronger credit, follow these simple steps. Step 1. Pay every bill on time. Late payments hurt scores more than almost anything else. Step 2. Keep credit card balances low. Try to stay below 30% of your limit. Lower is even better. Step 3. Check your credit report regularly.
Step 4. Avoid applying for too many credit cards at once. Step 5. Track your credit score monthly. A simple monitoring tool can help with this. I linked one below if you want to check it out. Let's quickly review the 5 myths. Myth 1. Checking your credit hurts your score. It doesn't. Myth 2. Carrying a balance helps your credit score. It doesn't. Myth 3. Closing credit cards improves your credit. It usually hurts it.
Myth 4. Credit scores barely affect interest rates. They affect them a lot. Myth 5. You only need to care about credit when borrowing. In reality, credit is a long-term financial tool.
Final thought.
Most financial mistakes are not about intelligence. They happen because people follow advice that sounds right, but doesn't match the math. The good news? Credit scores follow clear rules. Once you understand those rules, improving your score becomes much easier, one smart decision at a time. If this video helped you understand credit better, consider subscribing to Logic Invest US. Here, we focus on one thing: using logic and simple math to make smarter money decisions. And in the next video, we'll break down how Americans accidentally pay thousands in credit card interest every year